we talk about the guy who wore number 9 on Saturday?
Tell us. Go ahead. I was going to say, let's get into it.
I mean, listen, I was looking forward to the debut of Sam Adeniran because I think he fits this club perfectly. And now, Renee, he didn't score a goal and was like 10, 15 minutes he was out there in the match, but he looked good. I mean, he looked perfect for exactly what you need. And they were talking about him before. Jim was talking about him before in the presser on Friday. The speed, the size, you saw it. It was evident. And when you're trying to close out matches, this is why people are comparing him to Corey Burke. He brings that aspect. And listen, it's the first match with the team. He had a couple opportunities and unfortunately didn't go through. But Renee, if he hits on those goals, man, we found ourselves a great substitute option here.
Yeah, honestly, it's extremely exciting. I know the Union made a couple acquisitions because they also signed Frankie Westfield to a short-term agreement.
Frankie.
Yeah, I forgot about Frankie too, but they brought him in as just more of a Union too. He's a defender, but to be able to bring in somebody like Adeniran, another name I got to learn. I was practicing this weekend.
Me too.
But Sam Adeniran, signing him, you get in exchange with St. Louis. He's in exchange for $150,000 in GAM. You bring him in for a solid deal. And you now also bring in, more importantly, a guy that provides you with depth in the attack. And I was a little bit irritated because everyone's like, oh, he only has 1 foot. He's not technical. He's just strong and fast. I cannot stand when people say that about forwards, because to play at any level, especially professionally, there has to be a base level of technical ability.
Oh, yeah.
You do not get to the pros by just being faster or stronger, because there's a lot of fast, strong players in the pros. So we're not going to go with that narrative. What we're going to go with is, for Sam, he is a striker that can give you, and I know Ernst Tanner was saying it, he does have a physical presence that's been shown. He has the ability to hold balls up, make good runs. I was watching him off ball, his movement. It was very nice to see him calling for the ball, active. And this is a guy that had just been signed days before. So you just joined a team, and this is how you start. To be that hungry and assertive and come right out. There was no nerves. There was no I don't know these guys. No, it's soccer. At the end of the day, go out and do what you do best. And I really enjoyed seeing him. He's 25 years old, right at that age that we've talked about, JP, 25. And he comes in as someone, he scored 10 goals in 35 appearances, had 15 starts. In 2021, he was an MLS Next Pro guy. He's worked his way through the pipeline, and he's been progressing and getting better. So I think he's a great addition for what they need, because you don't need him to come in and score 20 goals. You need someone that's going to come in, and whether it's off the bench or if he works to be a starter, whatever it may be in the future, that's going to add aggression, dynamic movement, creativity, and most importantly, be hungry to score goals. And I love that in those 15 minutes, he generated a couple of shots. He was all around the box. He was looking for the ball. He was moving well. That's what you want to see from an attacker. So I think he's going to be a great fit. I think they'll do a good job working him in with this offensive chemistry that the Union are building, and be able to really get him hopefully enjoying playing soccer, getting challenged to continue to get better, but also getting meaningful minutes to help them win games. Great move for the Union.
Absolutely. And Ivan, I want to get to your question in just a second, and we'll obviously talk about the club's aspirations a little bit later too. But as soon as the signing happened, I'm buddies with who, by the way, is also Colombian. We're always still well connected. So the Spanish play-by-play broadcaster for St. Louis, Santiago Beltran, make shouts to him. We'll definitely have him on if we ever play St. Louis. But I had to get the word of Sam from Santi, and he said the same things that we exactly saw on Saturday. He's big, he's fast. It did feel like he fell out of favor over in St. Louis. And Santi did feel like he was going to be a little hungry coming here, because he definitely felt like he shouldn't have fallen out of favor. But to Ivan's point, because obviously, yes, his contract is through December of this year. Will the Union be looking at a different striker? I mean, listen, for right now, he fits exactly what you need, right? We talked about it a little earlier. Everyone's finding their roles in this attack. Uwa's doing a good job of playing off the ball, creating that space that Barribo and Gazak can kind of thrive on quite literally under him. And so for Sam, his job is to come in, or we'll see if he does start some too. That I wouldn't put that past Jim as well, And just if it's 30 or 60 minutes, play as hard as you can. And you saw him as well. He did a great job pressing as well. We saw some high pressing from the Union in the second half with Sam. And you saw how scary that could be for a back line, right? With Sam coming full force at you. But listen, I don't think that the high price striker that everyone's asking for is going to happen this year. Definitely not next year. They like Ua, and they paid big money to Ua, and I think that he's going to stay here for the time being. I'll pull Ivan's comment up here. But yeah, I know you guys definitely want that, but if you guys just look at the right now, the attack is in a good place, and we talked about it all throughout the season. The issues weren't necessarily the attack, and the issues were just team defense. And you're showing how everything is falling into place. But for right now, Sam is perfect for what we need.